Hello. Welcome to the 8th episode of Tea Time, where I'm your host, Young Keat, and I talk about anything and everything that I feel like talking about in this small little game called Survive the Classic Pots of Doom. Let's see. Let's begin. A more recent topic is a virus recently started breaking out. A parasitic one, I don't think it's a virus. I think it's just a parasite. And it's been beginning to live in what would you call fresh fruits and vegetables. And I think that's crazy, right? But from in my eyes, that's one of the most healthiest options available in like dietary plans. So in a way, it's crazy, right? Because you can eat as healthy as you want, and you could probably still get some health issues from it now at this point. Like what do you even do at that point? If you're trying your hardest to be healthy and you end up just sh- basically, from what I've heard, living through hell for 2 days and then being sort of okay, so not the same for like another 2 weeks. Like, at what point do you just say, "All right, well, at what point am I being healthy? At what point am I killing myself with these raw foods or these fresh vegetables and fruits?" So at some point, you just got to say, "Wow, this is an awful thing to be living through." Because there's no real win in this situation. You can eat well. Uh, you get fucking a parasite that makes you shit like hell for like 2 days. You can eat poorly, and you can get all the other illnesses that come from that, or the health issues that come from that. Or you could, eat healthy but have no like raw fruits and vegetables. And at that point, like really, y- you're missing out on a lot of like nutritionary like value. You don't really get potassium anywhere else with bananas. Well, okay, you don't get as much potassium, and it's like in easy form. You don't get like you just miss out on a lot, right? I'm not like a dietary guy, so I don't exactly know the specifics of it, but you just miss out on a lot. And I think it's crazy, right, to think about. Because I think at the end of the day, no matter what you do, you're kind of screwed there. And I guess that's just life, right? No matter what you do, you gotta move forward, and you're gonna make mistakes. So it's like whatever. But I guess it's just I don't know the experience. Speaking of the experience, I'm uploading this at a later time because my or maybe I'm uploading it at the exact same time as usual. I don't know, depends. My work has kind of been like shifting constantly for like the past 2 weeks or so. So it started from like 9 p.m. to 8 a.m. when we go in, and then it shifted from 4 a.m. to 1 p.m. It was like whatever, but like it kind of sucks. 'Cause you have those like you get that time, that phase where you're like not used to the night shift. It's like the first 2 days, so you just kind of you're not as like energetic as you were before. I have some like coworkers that are like that just do get used to it, and I think those people are crazy. I think they need to be checked up on. But that's besides the point. I just for me, it takes a while for me to get used to just switch from a night shift to a day shift and vice versa. Granted, I pretty sure I'm fine on a 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. thing, but that also kind of sucks. That's like the entire main part of the day gone. Much rather it be vice versa, whether it be night or day. That's just a personal thing for me. Yeah, I think the reason why I chose this game for podcasting was because there's nothing for me to make references out of. I mean, really, it's teapots and like a Roblox base plate. I guess the sign here is nice. It's a pretty basic decal. You can see it's like aging. There's like crust all over the edges. I mean, there's crust all over the thing. It's not. It's like not like highly visible. See if I like walked away. Okay, well, it gets a little harder to see than a normal like sign during these days would be. Hell, this game doesn't even have private servers. I would buy one if it was like a one-time deal thing, or like if it was like I don't know, $5 a month. Nothing too crazy, but this game's so old that it doesn't even have a the ability to have private servers, or it just hasn't been updated to have private servers at all, which is fair. I don't think this game was meant to be taken too seriously. You know, actually, hold on. I've just been given an entryway for something. You know, that just reminded me. That person's username, which if you didn't see it, it was named Afmao fan. That reminds me of them. I used to watch them. You know, there was that era of YouTube role plays, or like Minecraft YouTube role plays, where they would like role play. You know, they play the roles of characters in Minecraft. Uh, I don't know if Afmao still does that. I don't honestly. I wasn't too big of a fan of Afmao stuff. I just remember I watched some of them. I don't know what. I don't remember what I watched from Afmao. I remember one of the big ones that I watched was Salmonations. You know, there comes a time where you like take a moment to stop and think, how is that person doing? Because they kind of fell off the face of the earth. I heard maybe they might be problematic media. I don't really remember. Good try. Good try. Best to be in the man in the arena rather than the man outside of it booing. Or the man in the cage. No, I think it's man in the arena. I think that's what Teddy Roosevelt said. Yeah, it's better to be the man in the arena rather than an onlooker. And if I guess if you don't know what that means, it's better to be struggling on in like for what you want rather than not struggling at all. Because if you never struggled, how would you know any sort of glory or any sort of triumph or any sort of sense of loss? Because loss is how you grow, right? It's how you grow as a person. Well, winning is also nice, but losing also is a much better teacher. Alive, holy shit. Patience, little grasshopper, patience. That's kind of in a death zone there. Yeah. But how can you ever, dream big without ever trying to make the dream happen? It's like the equivalent of being an idea man. And I don't know if anybody really wants to be the idea man, but I guess there might be some people. I don't think they get too far. People realize that they are not worth anything besides the ideas, and then they kind of leave. which is kind of rough. At the end of the day, it makes sense. You're not gonna waste your time on somebody who won't chase their dream or chase a dream you share with them by just making ideas instead of helping you with the ideas. At some point, you should make the ideas come to life, or else you never really had the interest. It's like, oh, I don't know how to code. Well, if you actually cared about the idea, you probably learn how to code, right? Oh, I don't know. I guess at the end of the day, it's just some people are on they just lack the motivation there, and I guess they'll get there one day. But till then, I guess they're the idea man in the metaphorical cage of or metaphorical ring of mediocrity. Maybe I don't know if people understand what I'm saying. Really, what I'm saying is just if you have an idea, go with it. Don't don't try and like employ it onto other people. It's kind of useless. It's not really their idea. They're not gonna have a complete understanding of your ideas. They say the best way to get something done is to do it yourself, but help is needed most of the time. But if you can help the other person see the vision that you have, then it should go well. About the same as if you had two people with the same vision. Hopefully. There's also, I guess, clarity that needs to be spoken of above all else. I find it quite interesting that they go one time, they win one time, and then they stay up there for a bit. I guess it's like a first time thing. Yeah. Because the point of the game, if you read the description, is to just, watch people from down below die once you get to the top. But I feel like that's gonna get boring at some point. That isn't and that isn't to say that's like a bad thing. I feel like that's just a lack of no, okay, it's not bad game design. It's just really rudimentary game design from the time that it was made. And to be honest, it also can't be blamed for that. It's just how it was made. So, like I said, if somebody made like a remake of this game, it would be fire. I'm not gonna do it though. That's too much effort. I'm not gonna try and develop games on this shit website. Honestly, if you're not like, if you're not a popular game dev who can make money from these games most of the time, you're gonna struggle. It's gonna be a pointless struggle too. At that point, I think you just should learn a different game engine and upload your shit to Steam. At least there, or like itch.io. Itch.io. At least there, you might get some recognition, and they seem rather friendly to game creators. Roblox does not seem the sort at all. That just might be a outside looker. I don't know if they aren't friendly to game developers or not. I don't know. There those two go. They came as quickly as they left, or they left as quickly as they came. It's funny saying, isn't it? Left as quickly as they came. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but it's really just you can say it to anybody because it's gonna always be true. because this the amount of time you join something is the amount of time you leave something. See, I joined something for like 5 minutes. I left after 5 minutes. Left as quickly as I joined. I might be thinking too hard about it, but honestly, I think that's just kind of how it is. And I will admit, at some point, I'm kind of just like saying shit just to say shit. I don't blame people if they think I'm just doing that. Well, really, honestly, that's what life's all about, right? It's not a set thing, I guess. Hmm. Try and get an opening here. See if I can actually just walk forward. Okay. There's just like not that much room to go through. And you're also not that fast to like outmaneuver the teapots, which is a struggle, but hmm, to be fair, it was a game made like 19 years ago at this point. Say this is a like an eye-opening game would be a complete lie. Right, let me see. It was updated like 17 years ago. Really? So it got updated 2009 or sometime in the later 2005 or 2008. I don't know. It's a something, isn't it? I mean, really, this isn't much of a crazy thing. It's obviously old. I think I've discussed this at many points, so I'm gonna not discuss it. Point is, game's rudimentary, but I think that's what I like about it. It lends itself to my style. Not too much going on in my style, anyways. Damn. You know how crazy it would be for me to voice over this shit instead of like having my live ideas on display. It would kind of suck. Like really, it would not be the best. Also, apologies if my voice had sounded off once again. It's 9:36 and I think I woke up like an hour ago. I took a nap like an hour ago because my head was like hurting like shit. I'm not hurting like shit. I just got a huge headache as soon as I finished hanging out with some friends, so I had to go take a nap. Which is, no insult to the friends. It's just I just got a headache. Really, it's nothing too crazy. You can hear me yawning too. God damn it. um, let's see. What else do I talk about? I think. Was there anything else I was thinking of? I was talking about the Minecraft role players and how they were popular for a bit of time. Trying to think. Hmm. I can't really think of anything, which is unfortunate, but I guess just that's just how it is. Yep. I guess I could circle around back to the original thing I was talking about with work. It kind of sucks because you also can't. There's next to no restaurants that are open at like 2 a.m. or like 3 a.m. at least. Like the McDonald's I'm nearby isn't open until like 5, I think 5 or 6. Which is a little strange because I think it says they're open 24/7 on Google Maps. But I don't know. I guess they need to change that. And I think to a certain extent, I don't think honestly, I don't think most places should be open um at 3 a.m. It's a really odd time. It's a really troublesome time for some people to wake up, like me. Huh? Oh. Mm-mm. That's that's cute. I think from my perspective, it just looks like two friends just hanging out, but then they want to play another game. That's very cute. If you didn't see on the screen, and you have this was like a second monitor type deal. There was just two people in the chat talking about how they want to play another game, but they didn't know which one. So one of them said to go play another game, so they said they'd join them, which is it's just really cute. It's a nice little cute and like little interaction. I say this, but it makes me feel like saying this makes me feel like an old man, just like looking at all the kids play around in the playground, which is actually now that I say that, that's way worse sounding than ever meant it to be. I just look like a teacher. I look um I look how do I describe this without making it I think everything sounds weird these days. How do I say this? I feel like a parental figure watching one of my kids play with another kid at the playground. There we go. I feel like that's better. I think that's a better analogy. Well, honestly, I don't think the old man watching like just sitting on a bench watching kids play at the playground is like off. I think that's just a part of being old, like just going to the park to just watch stuff. Maybe feed the birds some seeds, maybe feed the squirrel some acorns or something. I don't know. I hope I hope that's what my old age comes to. I mean, I hope I live to be old enough to do that. Really, I hope I get old enough to have my own house and hit that hit that walking cane, the get off my lawn, youngins maneuver. It's like it's like how some people wish to have a son. Like some guys wish to have a son, and they wish to one day just like go into their room and look all mad for no reason. It's random things, right? It's just the little things, and I think that's emblematic of everything that I'm talking about. It's just the little things that matter. The way the birds like chirp a little bit higher than normal. The way they sing, the way the leaves fall upon the uh, grass or the dirt. It really depends on where you're looking. The way the ants sort of just march about their business, sort of the same as ever, but not entirely the same every time. It's a nice thunderous feeling, right? It's not it's not a crazy feeling. It's not like okay, it's not a crazy feeling. It's not a fantastical feeling, but it's a small one that really makes you remember that we are smaller than we are, and also maybe a bit bigger if you depend on what you think of yourself, and that life just isn't infinite. I think there was a certain time where I thought my life was infinite, but really, takes some time to think about yourself, and you realize, nah, that shit's gonna end one day. There's gonna be a stop sign one day. I'm gonna be forced to stop, whether I want to or not. And I think, and some people may think whoever is watching this it's a pretty dark way to think. I don't think so. I think it's a refreshing way to think because if your life was infinite, why would you want to do anything if not solely for the fact that you exist? The uh, the finality of life is a nice way to get yourself into high gear. Because when I think about it, I'm not gonna be here forever. I'll pass away. Maybe with like grandkids, maybe with none. I'm arrow ace, but like I don't know, things can change. Maybe I'll find like I don't know the love of my dreams. Maybe I won't. Honestly, I don't. I kind of doubt it. But again, who knows? Things change. You change. That's the nice thing about you. You change. And I think it's kind of a bad thing if an old friend meets you and they don't say how you've like changed in any sort of way. They just say you're the same as ever. I don't know if that's a good thing because really, does that show growth or does that show that your friend just still sees you as how you've always been? It's a 50-50, isn't it? I just want to move forward, please, guys, please. There's like an endless amount of teapots just hitting me. In that same vein, right? Life is finite for everything. No one bird. I mean, the same bird you probably looked at the park is probably dead at this point. I There was a bird who was on the ground, and I texted my mom with the picture of the bird in my hand. I was like, "Should I help this thing?" Because it was on the ground. It didn't seem like it was doing much. So it was clearly alive. Really, I just wasn't sure what to do. And my mom told me to. This was on a jog for like, um, to set the scene. I was on a jog at my local park, the most local one possible. It's like a 10-minute walk away, so it's pretty local. So yeah, I texted my mom with a picture of the bird. I said, "What should I do with it?" And she told me to leave it, put it back down. I was like, "Okay." Uh, Come the next day, the bird was dead. Like a similar place where it had been before. And at the time, I was angry with my mother about it because I feel like I could have helped this creature or this small little bird. But at the same time, I think me growing up, I kind of realized now that I couldn't really save the bird no matter what I did. It was always destined to probably die young. I didn't have like the necessary, I didn't have the necessary resources to help this bird to like maturity. Hell, I couldn't even tell if it was at maturity. That's the thing. It could have honestly just been at death's door, and I just didn't know. That's the thing. You just don't know. But I think if you take everything with well intentions and continue to move on, despite the losses, despite the death, I think you'll find a happy life is waiting. At least I like to think so. If not, try and make your life happy. Some things are gonna suck, but you just have to deal with 'em. Some some truths of life are rather bitter, but you have to swallow them no matter what happens. To ignore the pill is to ignore the truth, really. And to ignore the truth about most things is to ignore the truth about yourself most of the time. What I'm saying here is that life is finite and you should take every moment with stride and try and keep in mind that your life is finite and should choose everything that you do in that pretense that you're gonna die one day and nobody's gonna know your name in like 1,000 or so, maybe 100 years, maybe even 10. I mean, hell, if you don't really want to have your name known, then more power to you. I'm sort of a similar vein. I don't really I don't like it's not like I admire the cowboy, the nameless cowboy walking up or riding off into the sunset. But at the same time, it's a life without any like sordid regrets in a way. But I think that's a lie at this point. I think I know the truth now that the cowboy probably did have regrets, but he's choosing to walk off into the sunset to a new day despite it. To a new night despite it. Sorry, I can just more easily see the vertices of the skybox now. It's not like it's been always been there. It's just that I can see them more clearly. Don't know why now. It's an old game. The skyboxes are old. They used to be a lot more. They used to have a lot more of a wow factor back in the day. I used to love looking at the skyboxes of certain maps. There was a game that I love to play where you'd have to fight enemies with swords in order to get better swords. Thought it was always a I thought the skybox there was always neat. I thought the effects they used for the models were cool because there's this cool little like effect that they had where they would like shine the skybox back onto out, you know, you'd see the skybox on them. They like shine it out. They look like a sheen. And I thought it was always really cool. It was like one of my favorite games when I was young. That's one of the main ones I played. I don't remember the name of it anymore, but it was nice. I won't go searching for it. It's no point in it. It'll stay as a relic of my past memories of my nice times with an older Roblox. And I guess these ones will turn into memories of a still nice time with the shittier but newer Roblox somehow. Yeah, we both got our ass got. And though I think this application, this company has sort of gotten worse. I don't think it's impossible to enjoy good times with it. Still, I think people are still obviously doing it, despite the company's shortcomings. Damn. Despite the company's shortcomings, what with the terrible moderation and the lack of freedom that Roblox is starting to take away, or the freedom that Roblox is starting to take away from what it had back in the day of like 2014 or so. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm an old head. I haven't been here at the start, but I think I was here around 2012, like 5 years after it started. And it's not to say I'm old. That's just to say that I've been here a while. I'm not one of the oldest people here, but I'd like to think I am one of the old on the older side instead of the newer like like 2018s. Granted, this account was made in I need to check. Give me a second. Joined at 2016. I have an account, um, like account that I know that was made at 2012, which sort of gives me my marks. But honestly, I lost a password to that account, and I think that's fine. Hmm. This is not the one I'm looking for. Well, I'm looking for the one that I had. The one I used to have had like a limited sword backpack thing. And honestly, I think while I would like the account back, I don't think getting it back is going to do anything for my enjoyment of what I'm doing right now, which is honestly the only thing I do these days. I go on I go on Roblox and I talk about whatever I want um on this game. Really, I don't know. Hmm. Did this have my? Hmm. I don't know. Can't find it anymore. It might be the other way around. Hold on. This is not the account that I had. No, this one joined in 2022. Damn. Yeah, no. I was trying to find it, but I couldn't. I couldn't find it. My old account that I used to have. Really, the closest one is this one, which was made in 2019. I know the one that I made was like made in 2012. Let's see if I can actually find it. Well, I might have found it. Give it a moment. It might. It might take a second here. Not the person I'm looking for. Hmm. I don't know. I tried looking for it, but honestly, I can't remember what the actual name of it was. Cold 3D. Interesting. I looked up a little like name finder on my browser. I did not know. I didn't know not know there's a. I did not know there was a. Um. I did not know there was a person with my name on Pornhub. That's an interesting one. Really, I gotta say. That is interesting. Oh, I'm looking for it in the day. Maybe I'll find them one day. I don't think so. There's a time where I had it. Like, I had the username and whatnot. At the end of the day, it kind of doesn't matter. It's just that sort of like a thing you can't let go, right? Honestly, I might just end the recording here early. I have work in about like 6 hours here, so I should probably just be going to bed at this point. I mean, it's gonna help that I took a 3-hour nap, but that's gonna be about 7 hours total of sleeping, which is not optimal, but it's much better than what I usually get. I might need to get like 3 more hours in. Four would be nice, but that's pushing it. Let's do one more life though, just for the fuck of it. I'm probably gonna need to edit out my name in this later. Not gonna be too heavy of an edit. It's just gonna be a quick one, so it shouldn't take too long. But I kind of lost myself in the old topic that I was talking about, or I lost the old topic I was talking about, which was just generally about looking back and seeing sort of everything that you've done. The the old the old account that I made on Roblox. Well, like 14 years old. It's it's still a monument to how stupid I was as a kid. Because I think it has my IRL name. I wouldn't waste your time search. I wouldn't waste my time searching it. I couldn't really find it anymore. I'm pretty sure it had it had just my original first name. I guess it just got deleted because it was just personal information, which is honestly fine. I wish I could have it, but it's still cool. Though if I could, I do like I do still like the way it was dressed at the time. It had the orange shaggy hair. The the braces face that I like using. I used to like using. Honestly, I kind of grew out of that phase. I thought the braces were cool. They look nerdy, but I fucked with them. I don't know why. But and it had like a limited sword pack. Well, it wasn't limited at the time, I think, but it now it's limited. They were cool. I think I bought those when I was like 15 at the time then. I just haven't opened it in a while. Honestly, I can't really. I lost the password to it, so I have no clue how to get back into it on it. And otherwise, I really would have I would have opened it. And I would have honestly just used that account instead. But oh well, that's just life. And honestly, it's sort of nostalgia. It's like rose tinted glasses. Nostalgia is the sort of like the devil of memories. You can always remember the good things, but nostalgia will always keep you remembering the good things instead of moving forward. It's how some people get lose their fucking minds about like, oh, this is what they took from you. It's how people go fucking crazy over that. And honestly, some assholes know it. Some people know that nostalgia is such an easy way to get people to rally a cause. That that the people who are looking for the nostalgia once again forget that they're just completely miss the fact that they're being used for another person's gain, which is rough. But at the same time, I guess you just gotta learn some days. Unfortunate. I guess I'll end it here. I said that my final life was like 5 lives ago, so this is where it's gonna end for real though. I'm gonna edit that out. Well, whatever. I have to edit the time I said my actual name. Well, anyways, live life to its fullest. Nostalgia is the enemy of all memories. Appreciate the little things in life. I think that's pretty much it. Don't go searching for your old stuff unless you know you have it. It's a waste of time. Also, nostalgia talking. Anyways, for now, the cafe. Well, hold on. Redo that real quick. I'm your host, Young Keep, and the cafe is now closed.